This is WCIU-TV Channel 26, Chicago, and it's time now for the WCIU News. The 6:45 p.m. edition, Tuesday, July 1st, 1975. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins, and here's what's happening.
Caribbean Islands, 400.
Predictions Monday that gasoline prices will jump 3 to 5 cents a gallon brought mixed reactions from dealers in the northwest suburbs, with some stations operators saying that further prices increases will hurt their businesses.
Let's go for 12.
Only Shell Oil Company officially notified its dealers with a 3-cent price hike Monday afternoon, but station operators for the other major oil companies said they have heard rumors of new increases and expect to be told soon. To raise their pump prices and increases materialized. Regular gas will be selling at 60 to 84 cents a gallon in most northwest suburban stations. Premium will be priced at 65 to 70 cents a gallon.
St. Martin.
Larry Drinsky, owner of Larry's Standard on Schaumburg, Morgan and Schaumburg, said Monday that he had been notified of a price increase, but it will be if he and when the price jumps again, people will notice it. It has to gradually affect the business because the cost of driving is up, and people have to start thinking about driving. Drinsky said, small cars and fewer trips will be the result. He said. Dean Mickelson, owner of Palatine Shell Service, Palatine and Plum Roads, said he will have to raise the price to regular gas to 64.9 cents a gallon today. We were finally forced over the 60 cent mark with last month, and this is the final straw. We are now well past it, and now Mickelson said and added that the expected price increase will cut down for the demand of gasoline. Every time the price goes up, it hurts businesses for the first week or two until the people realize that the prices have gone up everywhere. They think I'm making more money, but I'm making the same amount. The oil companies get the increase in. Dan Rutkaski.
Is right. Next in order, 2,000, please. Answer that.
Up proposed cut of $43,000 in state aid could force the Elk Grove Schaumburg Township's Mental Health Center to reduce its services next year. Jordan Rosen, creator and director of the Mental Health Center based in Elk Grove Village, said that he had been notified that the Illinois Department of Mental Health may provide only $150,586 to the $192,541 requested in the 1975-76 fiscal year. The state funds sought by the center would provide about 44% of its total projected budget, about $430,000 for the coming year. The rest of the operating funds came from the two townships and patient fees. Rosen said that the sub-region and regional offices of the state mental health department have recommended that the cut in state money in the department, and it should act on its recommendation any day. He said, I assume that the cut is being recommended because of lack of funds within the department. Rosen said, I thought we might have problems going what we have requested, but I didn't think that the cut would be drastic. If the grant is reduced, Rosen said that the Senate could ask the townships to increase their financial support to request a larger share of the United Fund money and apply for diverse kinds of grants to try to make up that loss. If alternative funds cannot be found, he said, the center would be forced to operate on $637 more than state funds than was received in 1974-75. They would be keeping us at a personal level for our outpatient services, Rosen said. But obviously we have salary increases and operating costs that have gone up like everything else in inflationary conditions. So really we have even less year to work with. Therapists at the mental health center handle more than 35 to 55 cases per month, and the caseload is increasing. Rosen said the executive director predicted problems and meeting the needs of patients at the state mental health department doesn't provide all the money required. And of course, we will probably have to cut back our services to some degree, and exactly what we have to do with, I have no idea right now, he said. It will give us no opportunity to expand, what would mean we'll probably have an enormous waiting list for services. Although the lack of state money may limit the operations at the center, Rosen said that it will not affect the building plans. The board of directors intends to begin intensive drive for this fall to raise about $650,000 for new offices. The proposed building will be constructed on the 2 acres west of Illinois Route 53 that was donated to the center by Elk Grove Village earlier this year.
Won't let me just blank on.
Companies on that board are exploring sources of funding for the project, including governmental grants and foundations, as well as planning local fundraising activities. The timetable for construction will depend on the results of the efforts. The mental health center is outgoing in its current headquarters in the farmhouse on Placerfield Road in front of Alexian Brothers Medical Center.
Fountain of age, not fountain of youth. Minute to go now, Sonrisa.
Angels Quotes 2000.
This 19th century
Elk Grove Village officials
grow old
will take legal action and if necessary to intervene in the Plains lawsuit filed against them.
Jacob.
Metropolitan Century District officials tonight expected to give Village today afforded to take any legal action and he sees necessary to cooperate with the MSD for any action it takes to construction of O'Hare Water Reclamation Plant. Elk Grove Village officials are concerned that the future growth could be stymied by inadequate service treatment.
It's the picture of Doris.
Availability for sewage of the O'Hare plant construction does not begin soon. They have supported the
You're not
MSD's
getting older. You're doing this.
plans to construct the controversial plant, which is planned for 104 acres at the southeast corner of Oakton Street and Elmhurst Road in the Plains. Hofer joined MSD attorneys on June 25th when they successfully argued against a temporary injunction sought by the Plains to delay construction. The injunction was denied by the Plains' attempt to block the use of $136.5 million in federal funds for the construction of the plant and was defeated. However, another federal lawsuit filed by the Plains is pending. Hopper said Elk Grove Village Manager Charles Wills will give authority to do whatsoever necessary to 8 MSC officials in getting the plant started. That could mean intervening in the Plains. Lawsuits on behalf of the Century District acting as supporting MSD witnesses in its behalf are just given an MSD attorney support, Wills said. Harvard will be given authority by the board to take whatever steps he feels necessary to start construction of plan we and other communities definitely need.
Call attorney Mary Meyer right now. Call 1-800-2...
A county circuit court judge has ordered the owners of the
1000.
Snack Time restaurant at 1880 East Higgins Road, Elk Grove Township to raise or rebuild the structure. The building was destroyed by fire 19 months ago. Elk Grove Village officials asked the county board in May to take action to remove the ruins to build, they call it a dangerous eyesore. County Commander Carl Hansen Monday said the circuit court has upheld the county's charges that the owners of the property are in violation of the building ordinances. The court has given owners the property until July 16 to request a permit to raise the building and show proof of a financial commitment to rebuild, Hansen said. Owner of the property is Angelo Kozakis of Chicago. Burglars broke into an apartment and storage bin at 800 Mark Lane and stole $319 in belongings, including a table, a coffee urn, and a pair of ice skates, Wheeling police said Monday.
Willpower.
Robert Campham said that police moved into an apartment in there and discovered Saturday at the padlock and has been broken off his locker. Washington, the Congressional Budget Office has predicted Monday the reversal of the recent decline in the nation's rate of inflation. In a report to Congress, the CBO also foresaw a more sluggish recovery from the recession that the administration has been predicting, but it agreed with the administration. In proclaiming the recession,
Subscribe to Home.
the worst in 40 years, it hit bottom.
Save 50%.
CBO's gloom about the outlook for the next 18 months was based chiefly on the expectation that oil prices are going to rise. It said higher oil prices would drag down recovery wall.
Eat a whole pretzel.
Accelerated inflation rate. The report made these forecasts. The inflation rate hit in 12% last year to an annual level of 5% in May. CBO predicted the decline would be ended and said the rate would be to range from 6.3 to 8.7% by the end of 1936. This compares with an average rate of 3.4% over the previous 25 years. Unemployment. CBO predicted a rate of 7.8 to 8.2% by the end of next year, compared with the administration's prediction to 7.8% and May's rate of 9.2% over the past 25 years. The rate averaged about 4.7%. Higher inflation rate would be versus a trend which Ford hailed last week as poor, that his economic policies were working. He said that the mean inflation rate had been cut in half from last year's levels. CBO is a new agency created to advise Congress on how to use spending decisions that stabilize the economy and stimulate growth. Its director is Alf Douglas A. Well-known economists hired from Brookings Institution. The report said strong efforts by the Congress at the Federal Reserve Board to stimulate the economy would have a high payoff in jobs with slight consequences on prices. The reverse is also true. The CBO said an attempt to curtail government stimulus by the cut in the deficit, for example, would do little to
Famous one. Here's the clue.
inflation while making the unemployment worse.
34 novel was partly
However, under present conditions, there is a little danger that expansionary fiscal and monetary policies will lead to crowding out of private investments, the CBO report said. Treasury Secretary Wilmy Salmon has been warning that the federal deficit approached about $80 billion in the fiscal year. That starts Tuesday would crowd business borrowers from the credit market, inhibiting that the expansion in the economy's recovery. Alright, on to the weather for tonight will be low to partly clouds, going to be humid, will be low in the 70 to 75 degrees, and tomorrow hot and humid, highs in the low 90s. Current conditions at 6:45 p.m. reports for here 84 degrees, Midway 87 degrees, and DuPage 86 degrees. And that is going to be it for the WCIU-TV channel 26, 6:45 p.m. report on this July the 1st, 1975 on a Tuesday. I am P. Everybody have a good night and a good evening. Good night.
Now you had 8,600.